If you're dealing with a marital property dispute, you're adding more stress to an already stressful situation. Before you get into trouble for transferring property immediately before filing for divorce, you need to understand your rights and obligations. Keep watching. Rights and obligations. A property dispute can hurt your finances. To help protect your assets, you need to understand your rights and obligations in Maryland. Without this, you could end up making the wrong financial decisions that could come back to haunt you. You could also enter into an unfair arrangement that can last a long time. Equitable distribution. Maryland law requires courts to divide marital property equitably. This means that courts don't simply divide the assets 50-50, but distribute the marital assets in a way that's fair, taking into account all of the circumstances. In practice, this could still mean the assets are divided equally, but it depends on your specific situation. Some factors the courts look at are monetary or non-monetary contributions of both spouses, value of the property in each spouse's name, economic circumstances of both parties, age of both parties, and duration of marriage. Marital property. Marital property includes any property that was acquired during the marriage. It can be under your name, your spouse's name, or both of your names. Don't forget your vacation properties or your timeshares. Your personal property also falls under marital property, as well as intellectual property rights. This is a broad net that includes all property you own and must be divided equitably. Also, remember that some property can be part marital and part non-marital. Usually this is the marital home that you may have bought before you got married. If marital funds were used to pay the mortgage or make renovations, then your spouse is entitled to an equitable share of the increase in value of the property. Keep proper records. To protect your assets, you want to make sure you have the right evidence supporting your position. You may be wondering why that's important. It's because Maryland law considers property to be marital property or separate property. Separate property is considered non-marital property and does not need to be divided. Any property that you acquired before marriage is considered separate property. An engagement ring bought before the marriage would be non-marital property. Any gifts or inheritances you received, whether prior to or during your marriage, are also separate property. If you used your inheritance to buy some property, keep records of this because the courts will trace the funds back to the inheritance. If you can show the tracing of funds, you can treat it as separate property. Hasty financial decisions. Don't rush into any financial decisions. You may think you can transfer property or drain your bank account immediately before filing for divorce, but this is a bad idea. Courts don't look at such decisions positively. This is called the dissipation of marital assets. It includes any action where marital property is used, given away, wasted, transferred, mismanaged, or converted. Gambling, drinking, or reckless spending are all factors that can significantly influence the court's discretion in determining equitable division. A safer and smarter route is to understand your obligations and keep proper records. Divorce lawyer. Consider hiring a family law attorney because they will know exactly what property falls within the definition of marital property. They can help you understand what evidence to show in support of non-marital property. They can also provide direction and arguments to the court on what exactly is a fair distribution. Need the help of an experienced and qualified alimony support attorney? Contact us today for a free consultation. We are responsive, focused, and obsessed with getting the details right. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.